Back 2 years ago, I created this algorithm called the Powerhouse. It combines multiple auto trading strategies into one algorithm. I released it in 2022, and it was performing great in 2022 for the first year. Then 2023 hit, a strange, unpredictable market, and some of my strategies started having losses. So it can be a blessing and curse to have multiple strategies in one algorithm, where you can produce more profit, but you also run the risk of potentially having more losses as well because you have 6 or 7 different strategies running on one account. Once 2024 hit, I realized that the Powerhouse needed a revamping. So I removed some of these strategies that were struggling and re-optimized the entire thing so we can have a better chance at adapting to the future market. I think that I've done a pretty good job here, and I wanted to dive in and show you guys in detail why I think that the Powerhouse is going to be a huge success in 2024. I use Tick Data Suite, so through earview.net. I import basically institutional level data into my MetaTrader 5. There is a tutorial at the top, there's a link here that you guys can check out that goes over everything about how I backtest. And I think it's important that we try to run simulations that actually represent live trading, because most of the data that traders use through a MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5 broker, just through their individual broker, is really inaccurate and shows a lot of flaws. That's why I import my data. And I do at least 20 years of backtesting, as much backtesting as possible for each strategy, so I can get an idea of how it performs through multiple market phases. The more market phases that a strategy is capable of trading through, the better I think it has at adapting to the future. I reran all of my Powerhouse backtests through mid-March of 2024 using a strict 15% stop loss. I feel like this is more conservative. Previously, I was using 30% for my backtests, and I just think that's too high. I like to use Strategy Quan to compile my backtests so I get a better estimate of the monthly and yearly profit. So you can see that I've compiled 4 different backtests here. The Powerhouse medium risk using a 15% stop loss is the first one. So each strategy is using an independent 15% stop loss, and I've compiled all of them together so you can see where the stop losses were hit over that 20-year backtest. And it's pretty impressive. Even hitting stop losses, you're looking at a 60 to an 80% profit estimate in this current version of the Powerhouse. All right, so pretty impressive using the medium risk settings. So this next simulation, I think, is the most accurate representation of what the Powerhouse is capable of in 2024. So each strategy, except for the Vigorous, increases its lot size by 0.01 every $3,000 of balance. So that means that if your account is, so for example, $5,000, you're still going to be using a lower lot size. And so your profit estimate will be lower because of that. And so that's why I think that using a balance in between shows a better representation of what you can expect with the Powerhouse over the long term. And so you can see that the profit numbers are still really good, anywhere from 50 to 75%. This, I think, is what we should be kind of looking at as a guide for what the Powerhouse can do in the future. So I have 2 more combined Powerhouse backtests that I want to get into here, but I want to give you guys a quick preview, a little Easter egg for those that are using the Vigorous. So the Vigorous is my most popular scalper. It takes 10 to 15 trades a day, and it's been profitable over the long term in forward trading. And you can see here that I finally had success rebuilding the strategy using a 2% stop loss. So I've been trying to build a tight stop loss strategy for almost 10 years now and haven't had success because of how challenging it is to have a smooth, balance, and equity curve over the long period. And you can see here that this is really quite good. Not a lot of drawdown. The maximum drawdown is 18%, and using a tight 2% stop loss. So how this happened was I had success building a completely new strategy that used a tight stop loss and finally had that breakthrough. So I decided to try to implement the methodology into Vigorous, and here we go. So a new video will be done on this in the next couple of weeks to dive into the mechanics of how I was able to do this and what to expect from it. This will be a free upgrade for those that own the Vigorous standalone and also the Vigorous that's part of the Powerhouse. So those of you that say I don't give out enough free shit, here you go. So this estimate is using a 15% stop loss on each strategy in the Powerhouse except for the Vigorous. So I decided just for fun to add the tight stop loss Vigorous that you see here to the estimate. So The maximum drawdown with this new Vigorous is 18%. It's pretty close to the 15% cutoff that we're using for medium risk. So if you just stretch that a little bit further with just one strategy, you can see that the profit estimate goes through the roof. So this is the Powerhouse using a 10K balance with 15% stop loss. And you can see the difference when using the new version of the Vigorous. So this is keeping all strategies, including the new Vigorous stop loss, under 15% drawdown. So you can see that the Vigorous stop loss in this estimate had only a maximum drawdown of 10%. And it's still really impressive. After running new updated backtests using a strict 15% stop loss, I can now see which strategies and pairs are the weakest within the Powerhouse with the current set of strategies. And I was able to see that gold for the slugger strategy was one of the weakest pairs out of all of them. And so I've decided to remove this pair from the slugger strategy. It's not going to really hurt the estimated profit that much because it wasn't a huge profit maker to begin with. I wanted to give you guys a fully transparent, honest, detailed preview of the Powerhouse in 2024 to show you what I'm attempting to do to make the Powerhouse safer in 2024 and beyond. If you guys have any comments, feedback, I'd love to hear it. Thanks for watching. See ya.